Hey guys, I'm back at it with another video for your ass. Yeah, y'all thought I was gonna be bullshitting, huh? Well, actually, I did tell y'all I was gonna be bullshitting. But as y'all can see, I'm not bullshitting right now because I'm back at it with a story time. Another story time. It's been a minute. I ain't recorded a story time in a month. I might be a little rusty. Just bear with me. I was just playing. Y'all, so if y'all could tell by that crazy ass title, this story time gonna be about the time where my daddy called the motherfucking police on me. Why? Cause he a snitch ass, trick ass. Damn, I was about to start rapping the song, but I don't even know the lyrics to the song. I ain't even gonna hold you. But anyway, let's get straight into the story time. Let's get straight into this motherfucking tea. My dad actually had called the police on me twice, and this shit funny as hell. This shit funny as hell because when so sometimes I will put down story time. So like as for today, I already had this video that I was doing in my notes. So all I had in my notes was story time. My dad called the police on me. And I'm over here like, but which time was I talking about? Because yeah, he actually called the police on me twice. So this particular time, I'm gonna be talking about the very first time he ever called the police on me. And I'm gonna just do a separate video for the second time, of course. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So I was in 11th grade. Yeah, I was in 11th grade, y'all. It was around spring break. Girl, no. No, I think he called the police on me during the summertime. Yo, okay. First of all, let me give y'all a little backstory, right? So I was on weed I ain't gonna say I was on weed real bad. I had just started smoking weed. Now let me tell y'all about me and my relationship with weed. When I very first started smoking weed, like for my very first time, y'all, I used to get high as fuck. Like, if you done experienced this, please comment down below. Cause at first I thought I was the only one, because everybody else used to be chilling and I used to be the only one tweaking out, y'all. Like, I used to be high as fuck. Like, to the point I don't even, like, I'll try to go to work high and couldn't, because I wouldn't know what to do, because I'll just be so out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that way now. Like, my tolerance has built a lot over the years, so I don't get that high no more. But even now, if I stop smoking for like a month or two, like, and I smoke, y'all, I'ma be high as fuck. Like, you will swear I done did some crack or something. Like, cause I just used to be high out of my mind. But anyway, so let me tell you, when I first started smoking weed, like for real, like started getting into it, it was during spring break. But my daddy ain't called the police on me till the end of the summer. So fast forward to the end of the summertime, right? It was literally the day before, and y'all, this shit crazy. It was the day before I was supposed to go back to school and start my 12th grade year. That's when my dad found out that I smoked weed. Now let me motherfucking tell y'all. Okay, so if y'all didn't watch my other story times, my parents were strict all the way up until we were like actual adults, like, and we started making decisions for ourselves. Our parents were strict. They barely let us go anywhere and shit like that. So did I have a car at this time? Damn, y'all, I think I had a car at this time. But let me tell you, I did not smoke. Like, I wouldn't smoke outside. Like, I would smoke in my room. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, girl, what? Like, I would smoke in my room. Like, and if you knew, like, my parents were crazy. So the fact, like, something really had to be wrong with me for me to even take that, like, want to put myself in a position to get caught by them. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. And let me tell y'all how I used to do it, right? And our house was big. Like, it was a 2-story house, and my room was a little ways from my parents' room, so it wasn't like they was gonna be able to smell it and nothing like that. But I used to close and lock my room door, put the little towel under there, and then I used to open up my blinds, pull my window up, like, I don't think I'll pull it all the way up, but I'll pull it up enough so I could blow the smoke out. Like, so I used to like smoke by my window, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you blow, you know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all done did that shit. And so after I did that, I would let the air circulate out the room, you know, and then I would spray. I would spray a whole bunch of air freshener. And we had this specific type of air freshener because I think my mama bought like a multi-pack where it has like multiple, but it was the same air freshener. So to this day, not to this day, but my brother, I remember he said that he smelled it like years later, and he was like, every time I smell that air freshener, it remind me of you smoking weed. Like, it remind me of weed. And that was why. Shit bad. And I loved smoking. Like, back then, that was my shit. That was my motherfucking jam. And then, like I told y'all, I would get high like easy. Like, I could get high easy. So sometimes I would only have to hit the blunt twice and I would be jacked. So I was, bruh, like, oh my God. And then plus I was going through a lot mentally, emotionally, physically. Like, it was a lot going on in my life. And I just was not very happy with myself or my life or whatever the fuck. So the fact that I had weed, like, weed gave me that escape. And like, my parents, they would oftentimes ask me like, why you can't just stop smoking weed? Why you can't just stop? I literally got addicted to it, and I got addicted to it so easily. Like, it's so quick. And honestly, I really do feel like it was because I didn't love myself. Like, I wasn't happy with myself. I definitely wasn't happy with my life. Like, it was a lot going on mentally, and I didn't know how to deal with it. Like, my parents, they didn't teach me how to manage my emotions. Like, they didn't teach me how to cope with my feelings and things like that. Like, my family, really, especially my parents, they only taught me how to get angry and to lash out. And if somebody doing something that you don't want them to do, you get aggressive with them. Like, they never taught me how to be mature with my feelings and stuff like that. So since I didn't know how to deal with my emotions and shit, smoking weed, baby. Smoking weed used to get me right every time, because I swear to God, like, when I used to smoke weed, I used to be in a completely different existence. Like, when I smoked weed, bitch, I didn't care about shit. Like, y'all, I was hurting for a long ass time. Like, I'm still healing. But back then, y'all, I was so fucking hurt. Like, because everything that happened to me, I didn't know how to heal from it and then release it. So literally everything that happened from me ever since I was like a little girl, I like kept that shit and harbored it inside of me. Like, y'all. So that's why I used to smoke. That's why, honestly, I feel like that's why I didn't care. Like, when it came down to it and I ended up smoking in my parents' house and that became a thing, obviously, like, I knew like my brain was not in the right, it wasn't in the right place at all. Like, something was wrong with me, y'all. So I started smoking. Like, it used to, it was like maybe once a day. Then it turned into multiple times a day I smoked. And then I used to only smoke when my parents were asleep. You know what I'm saying? So then, because they were heavy sleepers, and then they would sleep with their door closed. Everything was so, bro, that was the best fucking nights, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. Those used to be the best fucking nights when everybody be asleep. I'd be the only one that I'd be smoking. Y'all, I'd be so fucking high. Then I'd go downstairs to see something to eat. Like, I'll be watching me a video on YouTube, bitch. Yo, oh my God. That was the best. I swear to God. But anyway, let me tell y'all. So, yeah. So, like I said, I started out only smoking when everybody was asleep. Then my addiction started getting worse. So I would start hitting a blunt while motherfuckers was up. So I start, like, you know, tapping my blunt and airing my room out, like, during the day, like, while my parents was up walking around, shit like that. Like, shit started getting, I started getting carried away with it very fast. You know what I'm saying? So boom, fast forward to the day my daddy caught my black ass. Caught me red-handed. So it was one day, I don't even know. It probably was about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I don't know. It was sometime during the afternoon. It was a chill ass Sunday, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday. It was a chill ass day. Everybody was chilling. My brother was in his room. My daddy was in his room. And my mama was downstairs, like always. And I was in my room, of course. And I was getting high. Next thing I know, I heard boom, boom, boom. I heard knocking at my door. Y'all know I shitted on myself. You know I shitted all over myself when I heard that knocking on that door. Because y'all, it was my daddy. And he got down.
Boom, boom, boom. Girl, you don't hear your mama calling you? You don't hear your mama calling you? You don't hear all that? You don't hear your mama?
Like, damn. So, like I said, boom, I shitty. I'm like, huh? He got down. You don't hear your mama calling you? I said, no, I'm on the way. I'm coming right now. So then I ain't hear nothing. Like, it was like he walked out, right? I'm putting everything, and then let me tell y'all, cause I used to keep everything in this shoebox, right? I used to keep everything in this, it was a Puma's, bitch, a Puma shoebox. I think the box was green and white. It had the white stripes on it. And I kept my motherfucking cigars in there. I kept my weed in there. I even kept the guts in there. Like I had a jar and I put the guts in the jar and I used that as like an ashtray, right? And then I had my grinder in there. I had my bowl in there. And I had some pills in there. But y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all about them pills. I don't know if I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it all in one story. I just don't want this story time to be too long. Okay, now we good. Let me tell y'all about this shit, because this shit actually got crazy. So, boom. I had hurried up, put everything in the Puma box, and slid that bitch under my bed, because that's why I used to keep it under my bed, right? I was just scared, because, like, when I tell you I was not expecting that shit, not one bit, I was not expecting my daddy to be beating at my door. Because, like I told you, I had everybody on the schedule. So, I knew the time when the house was gonna be quiet, everybody was gonna be chilling and they like minding their own business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had everybody on the schedule. So that shit really caught me off guard when my daddy was beating at my door. So yeah, I told him I was coming, and I think he had like walked off, and I put everything in the shoebox. And then I had opened I opened my room door to leave out to go downstairs. Y'all, I swear on everything I love, something was telling me to hide the shoebox better than what I did. Something was really telling me to hide that shoebox somewhere else and not under that damn bed. I should have took that shoebox and put that hole in my closet, bro. With my other shoeboxes with my shoes in there, bro. Something told me, like, as I was leaving the room, something told me, like, you fucked up, you fucked up. Like, that shit was going in my head, like, you fucked up, you fucked up. Y'all. So I'm leaving my room, I headed downstairs. Bruh, I hear my dad, bruh. Oh my God. I hear my dad walk into my room, bro. And you know I can't run back. Like, I can't see him go into my room and then try to go back and follow him, because that's mad suspicious. That should have been suspicious as hell, right? So I just go downstairs. I'm asking my mom what the fuck she want. And that's another motherfucking thing. God damn. My mom used to call me my brother for every motherfucking thing. When I tell you every fucking thing, I probably, bro, if my mama wasn't like that, I probably never would have got caught. And I know some of y'all is thinking like, well, bitch, you shouldn't have been smoking in your room. Anyway, y'all, before that, literally during my, was it junior? No, not my junior, my sophomore year, I was admitted onto the 7th floor. I had met with a therapist, or as a psychologist. I don't fucking know. Whoever diagnoses you with mental illnesses, that's why I'm pretty sure that's a psychologist. Bro, I met with a psychologist. That, I swear to God, this is on paperwork. I had been diagnosed with chronic depression. So, of course, when you get diagnosed with things like that, they put you on antidepressants. So after my time was up on the 7th floor, I got released back out. And they prescribed me medication. It was called Prozac, to be exact. I was on my medication the whole time while I was in there. And when I got out, my mama gave me my medication one time, right? Tell me why I woke up one morning, or I probably woke up the next morning, and I went downstairs. And I went into the, we had 3 bathrooms. It was one me and my brother shared, and then my parents had one in their room, and it was a guest bathroom. I go into the guest bathroom. I just so happened to look in the toilet, and it was dissolved pills in the fucking toilet. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at them, and I'm telling myself, I'm like, that's not my Prozac. That's not my Prozac. That's not my meds. That's not my meds. I'm sitting here telling myself, that's not my meds. There is no way. I was just on the 7th floor. Them niggas would not let me leave. I had to, bro, I was trying to fight them niggas to let me go home with my mom. Bro, no. I had to stay there. To be honest, things was kind of blurry during that period of time. Probably because, like, them motherfuckers had you drugged up while you in there. But I don't know if I was in there for, like, a week, over a week, less than a week. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it was, like, maybe around a week. So you mean to tell me I was on the 7th floor taking this medication? They told you that I was diagnosed with chronic depression and this medication was prescribed to me to help. And day 2, I come downstairs and find my medication dissolving in the toilet. And y'all, that was before I even started smoking weed. This addiction that I'm telling y'all about, this shit started the summer on my way to 11th grade. I was admitted into the hospital December of my sophomore year. You do the math. So yeah, I found out that my mom flushed my antidepressants. Of course, I went and I asked her. I said, did you flush my meds? Because I honestly, I don't know how many days went by. I really felt like it was day 2. But one thing I did notice, my mom, she wasn't saying anything about my medication. Because, like, I was still a minor at the time, you know? So the doctors gave my medication to my parents and they were supposed to, you know, kind of keep up with it or, like, give me my doses. Well, at least at the beginning, like, of course I could have took it myself, you know, because I was old enough. I was 16, but for at least the first couple of days, I was thinking like my mom was going to, you know, be like, hey, it's time for you to take your medication, you know, whatever. And it's like, it just never happened. Like, literally, they prescribed us the meds, and then I didn't hear anything else about it after I took it the first time, after I was released. So I go to my mom and I'm like, did you flush my medication? And she would, like, at first she kind of looked dumbfounded. So it's almost like she tried to do it on a sneak tip. Like, it's almost like she was trying to do it and, like, she didn't really want me to know that she did it. Like, maybe she thought I was just going to forget about it, which, what the fuck? I just got out of a fucking mental hospital. And you think I'm just going to magically forget about my antidepressants? Like, oh my God, that shit kind of hurts. Like, I still got I got a lot of healing to do. Because telling this story, that shit kind of hurts my feelings a lot. It just doesn't make any sense. But this ain't even what this video is about, y'all. What was I even talking about? I got so sidetracked. Yeah, so I asked my mom about the meds. Basically, the only thing that she could come up with, she told me, she was like, I flushed her medication because I didn't want you dependent on pills. Basically, she was saying that she didn't want me, like, dependent on them. Like, whatever the fuck that even means, honestly. Because now that I'm repeating it, like, at first, I was just like, okay, but now that I'm actually saying this as a grown adult, what the fuck does that even mean? You flushed my medication because you didn't want me to get hooked on it. Y'all, I was supposed to take that medication every day. It was prescribed as a medication for every day. So I would understand if they gave me, like, what, fucking Xanax or, like, Percocets and was like, oh, only take this for pain or some shit. But no, like, it was literally to regulate, like, the chemical reactions or whatever that was going on in my brain. That's what the medication was for. But of course, like, you know, I didn't argue with her or whatever. I guess I just left it at that. But that shit stuck with me for a very long time. And I'm not going to say that's why I got addicted to weed, but I'm going to say that made it easier for me to get addicted to weed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, even though she flushed my medication, there was a still chemical imbalance going on in my brain. So since I didn't have that medication as that crunch or to help me, you know, regulate my thinking and regulate my emotions, I felt like when I smoked weed and I experienced that relief of not having like that dark cloud over my head or not feeling so fucking sad all the time. When I had that relief with weed, that's what made it so addicting. Like imagine literally being sad 24/7 and then you like what? You smoke a joint and now you're fucking happy. Like you're on top of the world. You genuinely feel like all weight is off of you. Like y'all, I used to fuck like when I first started smoking, I loved being high. But anyway, back to the motherfucking story. So boom, I heard my dad going into my room, and then I was talking to my mama, and then when my daddy, y'all, so all I know is I knew my dad had found my shit. I don't know if he said something, but I had went up there, I went to my room, and he was in there, and he was holding my shoebox, y'all. He was holding my shoebox and he was looking at it. He was looking through it. And he was just like, this girl got weed. And then he had went downstairs and he told my mama, he showed her. He was like, look what I just found in your daughter's room. This what she was in here doing while you was calling her and da 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 da. She was in here smoking. And so my mama, I ain't gonna lie, this shit kind of funny. It's almost like my mama had a clutch her pearls type moment. Like, you know how like in the movies where like, it's like that old woman or the grandmama in the chair and something crazy happens. She like, oh Lord, like, oh sweet Jesus. Like they start calling on God. That's what my mama did. She said, oh my Jesus. Like she got church real quick. Like she started calling on God. And it's like, girl, you literally went to jail for shoplifting. Anyway, let me stop. So anyway, so he went downstairs, told my mama, I don't know what happened like after that. This shit happened like a long time ago, but all I remember was my dad ended up, he was like, I'm about to call the police. He was like, I'm about to call the police. This girl got weed in my house. Now, I ain't even gonna hold y'all, and I'm not saying this to downplay it, but let me tell y'all how much weed I had. I had a 0.5, probably not even that. Like literally, that was it. I ain't even had no eighth. Now let me shut up. But y'all, that shit was like a 0.5, 0.3, like that shit was like a 0.5. And he was just basically like trying to explain to me why he was calling the police. He was saying like he was calling the police on me because like what if the police came and knocked on his door and like asked to search the house and they went in my room and found weed. He said that they all, like the whole family would have got locked up if they would have found weed. So he said that's why he was calling the police on me. Like, I don't think that makes any sense. Because honestly, like if the police can't just randomly knock on your door to search your house. They would need a warrant. Anyway, you know what? We're not even gonna elaborate on that. So yeah, so he basically said he was calling the police on me. So boom, he called them. He told them how old I was and basically telling them like she got weed in my house and da. Nah, y'all know what? I did smoke before he came in my room. He probably smelt it. Like he probably smelt that shit. But this is how I remembered that I smoked, because by this time my high had like was kicking in full effect. If y'all know with weed, like you gonna be high, but as time go on, like your high gonna kick in even more. And that's how my shit was. So by the time my dad called the police and what happened? Yeah, so by the time my dad called the police and they had showed up, I was high as fuck. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was high as fuck, bruh. I was so high. I low-key ain't even give a fuck about what was going on, bruh. Like, I cared, of course. Like, I was kind of shook at my dad. Because I felt like it was, like, different ways he could have handled that. I'm not about to sit up here and say, like, he was right or wrong. That's for other people to have their opinions and determine. But I just felt like calling the police, that's the best you could have came up with. Like, the police really out here killing, beating on black people. And you found a 0.5 in my room and you like, I gotta call the police on this girl. Okay, my bad. So the police was there. They was trying to talk to me and shit. And like I told y'all, like I cared, like I knew what was going on, but I was high, so I didn't like. I genuinely couldn't like care too much because I was just high, bro. Like, so I was kind of chilling. Like I'm telling them what's up, y'all. Oh my god, tell me why I was telling on myself, bro. Like I really was telling on myself, bro. Because like I told y'all, it was pills. Now let me tell y'all where them dumbass pills came from. If I'm not mistaken, they was hydrocodones. So I don't even think hydrocodones is a pill that could really even get you high. Look, I could be mistaken. Somebody comment down below and tell me what hydrocodones do. Because I honestly don't know. Now let me tell y'all how I ended up with them fucking pills, y'all. No, I do not take pills. I've never been the type to take pills. The only time I take pills is if they're prescribed to me by a doctor or if it's some damn sleep medication or some headache meds. But to pop them Xanax, Percocets, Molly's, and whatever the fuck, I've never been that type. And I'm not talking shit about it. Like that's something you do, like that's totally cool. But for me, my tolerance is low. Like if I were to pop a motherfucking pill, bitch, I'll probably be down I-85 butt ass naked. And I'm not trying to do that. So yeah, I don't fuck with no pills and nothing like that. So when they found the pills, I wasn't shook or anything like that because it wasn't like I was taking them. But then at the same time, I might as well should have been taking them because damn, they assumed the worst when they found them. Like I couldn't even tell them the truth. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all. So this is how I ended up with them, right? They were my ex-boyfriend's pills, right? I was dating this dude at the time, and no, he wasn't on pills. Like he wasn't no pill head or nothing like that. He had got his wisdom teeth taken out. And so they prescribed him the hydrocodones for the pain. And he had, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he had a couple left over, maybe like 3 or 4, something like that. This is why I took them pills from his jughead ass. Because he had a homeboy that was trying to get in the trapping and shit or whatever. He was trying to get into that stuff. And so he told my ex-boyfriend to give him the pills and he was going to sell them and bring the profit back. I took them damn pills because I told my ex-boyfriend, I said, you're not about to get into that shit. Hell no. Hell no. I'm about to take them. And he didn't care neither. He was like, okay. He was like, and I was telling him, I was like, I'm about to throw them away. How about tell me why I ain't throw them away? I kept them. I don't know why I kept them motherfuckers. Shit, I'm glad I did get caught because since I was keeping them, I probably would have been tempted to try to take them to see if they was going to make me get out. Because, like, I should have just threw them hoes away, but I didn't. I still had them on me. I ain't no telling what the hell I was about to do with them. Ain't no telling. But, yeah, so that's how I ended up with the damn pills. So the police, my dad, he gave the police my shoebox or whatever. They was looking through it, asking me questions and shit. All types of stuff. Y'all, it was some bullshit. They was mad, like the man police officer, it was a woman and a man. So he was mad. He got mad at me because he could tell that I wasn't, he could tell I didn't really give a fuck. Like he wanted me to be like upset, crying, or scared and shit. I was high. I was high. Like it was literally impossible for me at that time to feel any down emotions like that of being scared of y'all and all this shit. And honestly, I felt like my daddy like, bro, you gonna call the police on me, my nigga? Okay. Like that part, I was still just kind of like, okay, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't bring it in me to sit up there and to be, oh my God, the police, I'm going to jail. I had a 0.5. Yeah. So I'm talking to the police and shit. So the male police officer, he was getting mad at me. He was like, you sitting up here, you look like you don't care for real. He was like, by your demeanor, it's like you don't care. And it wasn't that I didn't care. I think it was that I was being very transparent with them. Like anything they asked me, I literally told the truth to the point where I incriminated myself. So I think the fact that I was so eager to tell the truth, I think he took that as like, oh, she don't care. Like, she's not afraid of us. Da, da, da. For some reason, police officers, they be, I don't know. I ain't gonna get into all that. So the man took me outside and put me in the back of his car and was acting like he was about to take me to jail or whatever. Damn, I don't know if I should tell this part or not. Y'all gonna hate me for this part. So he had me in the back of the car. He asked me questions. He like, so what made you start smoking weed? Like, where you get it from? Da da da. I ain't gonna lie, I told his ass exactly where the fuck I got it from. Cause I had got it from this white boy that stayed down the street from me. This nigga was in the same boat as me. Y'all, I'm from the streets. Like, now you ask me, I tell y'all, like, I came from the streets, like, I'm off the streets. Because after, like, high school, that's basically what I was doing. Like, you feel me? Like, I was on the streets. Like, my parents, they basically just snatched everything from me. So now if you talk to me and stuff, I'll tell you, like, I got a street mentality and shit. Back then, I didn't have no damn street mentality. Y'all, I didn't have no street. Like, that's basically, and that was part of the reason why I was being so real with them niggas and telling them, because I wasn't understanding what type of situation I was putting myself in. I wasn't understanding the consequences I was gonna get for being transparent, telling the truth. I didn't really have no mindset for the streets. Now, let me tell you, the nigga that I was smoking with, the nigga that put me on weed, and like, he would pull up, come and get, no, will he come and get me? No, I used to come and get his ass and we would smoke. I ain't gonna lie, he taught me how to roll up. He the one that really had me smoking this shit for real. Is it? Yeah, that sure did. Yep, and at the time I did have my car. I had that black Kia. Yeah, I did have a car. But for some reason, I still, like, I wouldn't smoke in my car. Like, I would smoke in my room. So yeah, so the man, he got me in the back of the police car. He asked me questions. He asked me where I got it from. And I told him. I told him, to be honest, I ain't gonna say I told him because he was white. But I told him because, bitch, I didn't have no mind for the streets. And bruh, this nigga didn't either. Like, this nigga basically, he was this, like, preppy white kid. But I feel like his parents seen him as like a, what's it called? As like a disappointment. Like, I felt like he wasn't really living up to the standards within his white family. And a lot of times you will find white people, when they don't live up to the standards in their whiteness, they will go and try to fit in with the black community. And this is why I feel like they do this. Because I feel like people try to look for a type of sense of, what's it called? A sense of importance about themselves. Or like a sense of like ego. You know, people be trying to feel like, they be wanting to feel like, how can I say this? I don't know, like a sense of power or whatever, especially when people are telling you ain't shit. So that's why I felt like he went and tried to fit in with the black community, not because he loved black people, but because the way, I feel like he didn't live up to the standard in the white community, but he still wanted to have some type of status. And the only way he could have that status is if he goes among people that are, socially at a lower bracket than us. Socially, not saying like generally, but as far as, like, y'all know the social norm, white people is up here, black people down here. So I feel like that's why he used his whiteness to come and try to put himself in the black community, because not so much nowadays. People still do this nowadays, but I'm so glad my people we getting our heads on straight. But especially back in the day, if you hung out with black people will see you as cool. Like, black people will hype you up. They be like, oh yeah, you white chocolate. Or they be like, you one of us, you one of us. And when white people be trying to come down there and be one of us, they love that shit. They eat that shit up for breakfast. They love that shit. So anyway, that's why I told him. I told him his ass. I sure did, because I wasn't about to be the only one getting in trouble. Hell no. Okay, and I know some of y'all gonna try to get on me. Y'all, I was 16 years old. I'm 22, gonna be 23 now. And I done been on the street, so I know how the street shit work to not incriminate myself. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't go and do that shit now. But you damn right, I went and told him that little ass white boy, no, you trying to capitalize off of black people, so hell, you come down here and be with us, hell. So I showed I gave them, and then tell me why the fuck, y'all, did some shit, hold on, because I don't want this story time to be too long. So basically, when I told him that, he let me go. He probably was gonna let me go any fucking way, y'all. I think he was just trying to scare me. Like, what the fuck? What is up with police officers and them trying to scare you? Like, bitch, ain't you supposed to serve and protect? Be fucking for real. So, y'all, I told him, I gave him the tea and he let me go. And what else? What happened after that? Yeah, so basically they just told him, the police officer just told my parents, like, okay, they wrote me a citation, and the citation had my court date on there and stuff like that, and they gave it to us, and then they left. That was it. And so then, to be honest, I don't remember what the fuck happened after that. I was so damn shell shocked. I know that I was put on punishment. So I was literally grounded my whole 12th grade year. Y'all, keep in mind, I already couldn't fucking do nothing. Like especially during school age, our parents didn't really let us do nothing unless we asked them days in advance. So like, honestly, it would be shit that I wanted to do. But just going through the process of having to ask 3 or 4 days in advance, then my mama take it to my daddy, then my daddy tell me he need to sleep on it. Like all that extra shit, it used to come down to it. It used to be shit I want to do, and I just would not fucking do it. Just cause the process of me having to ask for permission, like it was too fucking much. It was just too much. Too motherfucking much. So now fast forward, I done got grounded my whole 12th grade year. I don't really give a damn for real. I was kind of bummed out because I didn't have my phone, which I ended up getting a phone, but we ain't gonna get to it. But yeah, I was bummed out because I didn't have access to like my social medias and shit like that. But as far as not being able to go nowhere, bitch, I couldn't go nowhere any motherfucking way for real. So that wasn't really doing much. But yeah, y'all. And let me tell y'all, because my bad, this story long as hell, but let me motherfucking tell y'all. So fast forward to the court date. My mama and my daddy came. Y'all, my daddy and my parents so damn. I'm gonna talk about my daddy in this video because he showed out. I'm getting ready. This nigga trying to school me on how to act and what to say in court. Ain't you the one that called the police on me? If you gonna be real and stand on what the fuck you do and just take me to court. But now you in my face, you trying to school me and teach me. And this nigga, I swear to y'all, I kid y'all not, this nigga was trying to give me a motherfucking pep talk.
Your life ain't over. You still got this. You still got this. Yeah, when you go to court, just make sure, you know what, matter of fact, I got this. You know what, I'ma talk to him. I'ma talk to the judge.
Nigga, ain't you the one that called the police? Like, why in the fuck is you trying to act like you trying to help me in this situation? And you the ones that called the damn police. My childhood was so damn confusing and crazy. I don't know what the hell, y'all. I don't know what the hell. This nigga trying to coach me and he called the police on me. Anyway, so tell me why, y'all. We sat up there. We went to court. Me, my mom, and my dad. And I actually had to miss school for this too. We sit up in that damn courthouse. They done called everybody up. Except for me. Right? So we go up to the people. We like, we asked them, we like, yeah, this the citation or whatever. We was told to come to court on this day. And didn't nobody call me up or nothing like that. Tell me why they ran the citation, y'all. And by the grace of God, the police officers didn't even put that shit in the system. I think what they thought my parents was trying to do, I think they thought that my parents was trying to scare me. And that goes back to what I was telling you. I was like, wow, it seemed like bro was trying to put fear in me. I think the police was trying to help out my parents because my parents, they thought that my parents was trying to set up a learning lesson for me. Does that make sense? You know how back in the day, I think on TV, they used to do the little TV shows where they'll pretend to take the child to jail or they'll pretend to act like, you know, the police coming to the house to arrest the kids. But in reality, they not really doing that. They just trying to show them, you know, what would happen if you keep going down this road and type shit. You know what I'm saying? I think the police officers was thinking that that was the intentions of my parents, was to just, you know, scare me, to try to guide me on a better path, right? No. My dad really wanted me to like be penalized for that. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you how I know this. So basically they let us know, they like, yeah, it wasn't put in the system or anything like that. So you're good. Basically they letting them know, they're like, yeah, you're good. They didn't put it in the system. We leaving out the courthouse. My dad gonna go to the damn clerk's office or whatever the fuck, whoever it is, what they call it? The DA? Not no, it damn sure with the DA, because you can't just it wasn't the DA. But it was like the people you could go to, I guess, to talk about the citations and shit, get it printed out. It was some woman at the little cubicle or whatever. My dad went up to her, took the citation, and was like, so basically they said that it was never put in the system, so she didn't get penalized for this. But I was wondering if I could come to y'all and ask y'all if there's some community service that y'all can give her or anything like that that could penalize her for this. I swear to God, y'all. Some of y'all gonna think I'm lying. I put that, if I'm lying, I'll drop dead right now. I swear to God. My dad went and asked the damn woman, can they give me community service? That woman looked at my daddy and basically was telling him no, and was so embarrassing, and not embarrassing on my behalf, embarrassing on my mother's behalf, because she's sitting up here with this man and he asking the woman to penalize me. Tell me why that woman behind the desk knew my mama. The woman behind the desk knew my mama. And my mama sitting up here telling my dad, because my dad was trying to argue with the woman, like, no, but is there anything, like, my mama had to tell my dad, like, no, like, there ain't nothing you can do. Because that's embarrassing. That's honestly embarrassing. Because to him, this shit makes sense. To him, this shit makes it like, no, she need to be penalized even more for this shit. Even though she grounded and can't go nowhere all her 12th grade year. No, she needs more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to him, that shit makes sense.
My bad, y'all. I'm gonna just make this quick. I'm editing this shit. I had just woke up. But, I be educating myself nowadays on how I can manage my emotions and how to, like, mature, and grow. And I was watching Love Dorsey, and she was basically saying how you could tell when somebody has, like, a victim mentality, or when somebody never wants to take accountability for their own actions, because they will literally beat accountability into the next person. Like, they themselves would never hold themselves accountable, but when it comes to them feeling like somebody else needs to be accountable, they will beat that shit into the ground. And it'd be so crazy because they would never hold themselves to that much accountability. Like, they want to hold you to a certain level of accountability, but they would never hold themselves, like, they would never beat themselves up like that about some fucked up shit they did.
But to everybody else that has common sense, they like, really, bro? Really, bro? You kind of doing too much. So anyway, y'all, we on the way home. Y'all, the whole everything done changed. Everything done fucking changed, y'all. By this time, my dad, he angry now. He mad, y'all. And he mad because the police didn't go and put that shit in the system. He mad because basically he feel like I got let off the hook for that situation. Even though they penalized me, they did. Even after the police left, they took away my phone. I had no access to nothing. Literally, all I could do was leave and then come back home my whole 12th grade year. Whole 12th grade year. And my dad still felt like I deserved even more punishment on top of that. And I got my car took. Could not drive my car at all. Matter of fact, my dad completely took my car to the point where even after I graduated, he still didn't get a car back. My dad wrecked his car and started driving around the car that he brought me. So I never got that car back. Well, no, I did end up getting it back, but that shit gone now. Y'all, my dad still felt like I need to get beat on some more for that. So my mom, she wasn't really mad. She wasn't mad at all for real. I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, she was one of the ones kind of telling me, like, that's kind of crazy that your dad's still, like, upset, like, everything, like, basically, she was saying it was crazy that my dad was upset on how things played out for me, not getting penalized and not being in the system behind that shit. Yeah, so, like I said, yeah, my dad, he was mad. He was trying to come up with some more punishment for me. And then that's when my mama was telling him, like, girl, no, she was telling him basically, yeah, you need to stop. Like, she done got punished enough. And shout out to my mama.
My bad, y'all. I had to end it. Ain't no motherfucking shout out to her. Ain't no fuck. After I done watched this shit, like, bad, ain't no fucking shout out to her. Anyway,
I do be talking a lot of shit on my channel about my mom because my mama, she done did some fucked up crazy shit too. But it was some instances where she did have my back. You know what I'm saying? Even though I felt like, never mind, let me shut up. Yeah, so she basically was telling my dad, like, you doing too much. And so after a while, he left it alone. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Nah, that's pretty much it, y'all. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Damn, I feel like that story time was long. I feel like that story time was long as hell. But I'm hungry. I'm about to go get me something to eat. I'm about to chill. I'm about to smoke. I'm about to relax. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I don't know when I'm going to be uploading this. Probably tomorrow. But yeah. If you watch the story time all the way to the end, I appreciate you. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, babes. And I'm going to see you in my next video.